Hey everybody, this is MyCollectables coming back with another video. This video is all about your second chance to be a whale, everybody, and I'll explain what I mean by that in just a second. So if you want to hit like on the video after you watch it, that would be great. Smash like, that would help a lot. You can also comment down below, let me know what you think about this. That's the most important thing. And you can subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. And I'll see you in the next one and all of that. And please, if you want to join the channel as a member, do so. That would be great. I got a great Drophead NFT for you if you do, and you get in on that community as well. But like I said, comment down below. That's really what I want you to do. So anyway, this is your second chance to be a whale in Veve, okay? And this is from the OGs, okay? This is from the OGs to today's market. All right, now I'm gonna explain this in just a sec. Your chance is now, all right? So let's take a little step back in time because today's a special day. It's actually a birthday. It's June the 17th, 2022. And 1 year ago today, Superman came to the app. So this is pretty crazy, right? If you've been here at that time, lucky you, you know, and if you came after that like me, well, we're still making our gains, right? But back then when Superman came, you know, it was a completely different space, everybody. I've talked to a lot of OGs, people who were here at that time and before, and it was a completely different app back then, completely different challenges, all sorts of stuff going on. And I really wanted to talk about that for a second, just to frame what I mean by a second chance at being a whale, right? So people back then, you know, they had an opportunity to become a whale back in those days, but it wasn't easy, everybody. It really wasn't easy. They had super challenges when Superman came, all right? 1 year ago, just even 1 year ago, even before that, it was even more different, right? But Veve was very unknown, okay? What was gonna happen to the app, you know, was really unsure. People were like, you know, unsure what was going on. There was markets that were closed for a while. You know, there was all sorts of stuff that you can get into, right? And so, you know, it was a hard place to be if you were in Veve then, right? And what did it take, okay? What did it take to become a whale back then? Well, I got to tell you, it took guts, okay? And you got to give credit where credit is due to people who were here during that time. Because to have the guts and the fortitude and the insight to see into the future and to actually put your money into Veve back then, that's really admirable, right? And it set the tone and set the groundwork for where we are today. And I really think you really got to give credit where credit's due, right? So it was really unknown back then, okay? So what did they buy back then, right? Or not what, but why did they buy back then, okay? Yeah, that's what we have to ask. What drove those people at that time to become whales? Because these are the original whales that came to the app. And like I said, there's a second chance for you, right? Coming up right here. But why did they buy back then? Well, there's a few things, right? From talking to them, and it's really cool to engage. Go in the spaces, you know, watch videos and stuff like that. Ask questions, everybody. Why did OGs back then, you know, start buying, and why did they feel that they could at the time? It's because of the IPs, it's because of the potential, it's because of what they were seeing on the app. That was like one of the biggest reasons why people did it back then, because they saw ahead, all right? And that is really difficult to do, especially when there's so much uncertainty at the time. So they deserve a lot of credit, right? So anyway, people plowed through, became whales. And like I said, excuse me, they deserve a ton of credit, you guys, a ton of massive credit. The courage and faith that it takes to buy and to grow with the app back then is like, you know, it's pretty hard to believe, okay? They took their chance, like I said right there. They took their chance, okay? And like, you have to ask yourself, if you were here back then, I know it's easy to say for everybody, oh, if I was here around a year ago, I would have just, you know, bought everything up, you know, I would have bought tons of stuff and I would have stacked up. But the real question is, would you have done that back then, the way the app was, you know? And it's actually a difficult question to ask. Like, would I actually have done it myself? I would like to think that I would have. You know, I probably would have if I would have known, but that's just me because I know who I am. I know how I am about this kind of thing. But at the same time, it took me a little while when I joined in October for me to really get into it. So would you have done it with all the uncertainty around the app back? Now we fast forward to today, everybody, and the Veve platform is actually coming together in a crazy way. Things are happening right now that are so unbelievable for this app right here, everybody. We got the web app coming in. It's going to be unloaded to everybody very soon. We got MTL coming. You know, we got KYC coming. That's going to be by the end of the month for sure. This is June, right? Okay, we have that coming, right? We got the biggest IPs. They're starting to market. We've seen the movie promotions and all that stuff is happening, the Comic-Cons and all that stuff. The potential now is bigger than it has ever been before, right? You know, maybe the Gold Moments week, there was a lot of hype then as well. And with Star Wars in May, that was huge as well. But the way the app is positioning itself now, there is even more potential than before, right? So if you take yourself back to the people who were here investing, putting their money in, buying all of these great first grails, you know, these first comics, Superman, like I said, you know, they were doing it at a time with none of this potential in at least out in the open like this, okay? This was all stuff they had to like hope would happen. And they were doing it then, and they have benefited. So the question is, with all of this information that you have now, and specifically seeing the conviction of the people of the past, what are you waiting for this app right now? What more is it going to take for you to actually see the potential, right? That is the question, right? Because it's bigger than before. So my question to you would be, and my question to myself, because this is what I've been asking myself as well every day, is if the OG whales could do it back then why wouldn't you be doing it now? You know, we have so much more potential now than before. It's so much clearer laid out in front of us of what's going to be happening with this app, long-term and short-term, that it's actually even easier to believe in the app now than it would have been then. And if they had the courage to do it back then and are benefiting, then I certainly know that I have the courage to do it now. It takes courage for sure, okay? You have to know. It takes conviction. You have to be set in your ways and you have to see the future coming up. Like you have to like project and, you know, it's all speculative, so do your research. And that's the thing, doing your research. I know there's a ton of research done back then, and it continues to this day by OGs. And I'm one of the people now who's doing all this research now about it as well, because I'm looking at it long term, right? So this is kind of what you have to look at as well, everybody. Courage, conviction, and research. So do your own for sure. So like I said, if you guys really believe in this app, this is the moment that you can become a whale, just like the original people did. This is your time to stack up on amazing things at great prices, prices we never seen before and we might not ever see again. That's what I'm doing right now, positioning. What did the whales do? Now go back, you can watch my last video about, you know, what things to do, how to become a whale in this app, because I really believe that this is the time for that. Now this is just my opinion, so you can take it or leave it. And this is not financial advice at all. This is just as a collector, everybody. You know, please do your own research for sure, right? This could be part of your research, right? You know, but like I said, let's move on to the next part. This is a bit bonus right here. This is the Disney and the IMX. So this is great information as well that just came out. And this literally just came out. You know, people started to notice this today. And so this is another level, just pushing us to that point of even more evidence that Veve is going to be fantastic. Okay, IMX just now has the logos for Disney and Marvel just sitting there. If you actually look at it right here, I mean, check it out right there down at the bottom. It is absolutely crazy. This is big, big news. Is Disney and Marvel getting interoperability on IMX? Thanks, Veve Street Bets, for this little tweet right here that I screen grabbed right there. This is really big, right? So like, it's getting even more and more clear that Veve is really starting to take off, everybody. It's really close to the cusp, right? And let's just go up here just a sec. Here we go right here. Like I said, the platform is coming together, everybody. So this is your second chance. So like I said, the first chance, those are the whales. They already got there. This is the second chance to become a whale. It's your first chance probably, which is mine as well. My first chance to become like a bigger whale in this app and actually solidify my position. And it's your first chance as well. But I think it's the second chance that Veve's ever had. So if you really are interested in this kind of thing, I think now is the time to strike, everybody. And leading up over the next few weeks for sure. You know, maybe not exactly today, but there are moves already happening. Look in the marketplace, everybody. See what the sentiment is. But we are so close. It is really fantastic. So anyway, please let me know what you think of the video. I love to have your comments down below. I'll see you in the next video. Happy collecting.